So, 10 reasons why people stay at their jobs. Number one, security and stability. It is not always easy just to up and to leave your job. Life happens, life will continue to happen. The bills are going to continue to need to be paid. We're going to need to and want to keep up our current lifestyle. And so, security and stability are a lot of reasons why people stay at jobs that they don't like, that they are uncomfortable with, that they hate sometimes just because of security and stability. Two, fear of the unknown. Sometimes our fears can actually can hold us back. We end up staying at jobs because we know what we're doing. We know the routine. We know how to process the report. We know how to conduct a meeting. And starting and going to a new job can be really, really stressful. If you've ever and we all have started a new job, there's a part that you're nervous about because you have to learn the new culture, the new format, how things sort of operate. But also, you are fearful, and sometimes imposter syndrome kicks in, and you're thinking, "Wow, am I smart enough? Like, can I actually do this?" And so, to keep that from happening, sometimes we end up staying at a job a little too long that we don't like because of being fearful of what this other thing might be or the process we might have to go through in order to be able to, I don't know, find our peace and be cool with it. Fear of failure, again, sort of connected to the idea of imposter syndrome, is am I good enough? Like, did I do the right thing? So if I'm at a job, I don't like the job. I'm not particularly fond of my manager, but I know what the hell I'm doing, right? So the fear of failure is not there, but definitely when you're wanting to move into another realm or to some other place, it can actually cause you to think, should I do this? Am I actually going to be successful? Fourth, the convenience. We at a job, we sometimes can become laxed or relaxed in and at the job, and it's just easier. Why am I going to bother with trying to find another job when 70 to 80% of jobs are not even posted? Why am I going to stress myself out about trying to rebrand myself? Why am I going to have to practice these dumb interview questions that people are going to ask me and I'm going to have to think about it, right? Are they going to pay me my money that I know that I am worth and that I deserve? So the convenience oftentimes of simply staying where we are is intriguing, is a draw to it, it's powerful. So not willing to be inconvenienced can oftentimes keep us stuck in a place a little too long at a job that we don't like. And as I mentioned before, financial reasons, the bills are going to keep needing to be paid. Once you're at a job for a certain amount of time and you're used to a certain income coming in, you develop a certain lifestyle, you develop a certain bit of comfortability, and knowing that that check is going to hit the bank every 2 weeks or once a month or once a week, you know, it's powerful. So again, the power of that oftentimes keep us at jobs that we don't really like. Benefits. Some companies have really, really good benefits. The last job that I had working at a corporation, they had amazing benefits. Like even down to lunch every day in the office. No copay for insurance, or no deductible. And there was no fee for the insurance. It was amazing. So yes, that was a draw. I am no longer there, so it didn't hold me. But that can be really, really powerful, especially if you have a family. Like that can significantly cut down costs and be linked to something that's financial. So good benefits. Another reason why people stay at jobs that they don't really like. Some people aren't really ready to retire. You've been at a job for a while. You've worked in and about whether corporate space, professional space for many, many years, and it's just it's easier for you to just sort of stick around, um, because the hassle. Oftentimes, people think about ageism and what that is and what that might look like when they're looking for a new job. And so it's easier to sometimes just stick around. The lack of alternatives. As I mentioned before, 70 to 80% of jobs aren't posted online. And when they surveyed people, 85% of not applicants, but people who were recently hired, said that they found the job through referrals or networking. So when you're at your computer looking at job boards, it's not unreasonable to say, wow, there's no jobs here. Or if you actually stumble upon a job, that's why you see, oh wow, this is the perfect job, this has the perfect title, all of these qualifications, I know that I can do. But then you look at the number of applicants and 300 people have applied for a particular job. So sometimes people feel like, there's not really anything out there. So I'm just going to stick around here because it's easier. The lack of a plan. In 2023, it really is important. If you feel in your gut, wow, I know that I really want something more. I know that I want something better than what I'm actually doing. Like, I really, really know that that is the case. But I don't really have a plan. One of the things that I do as a career coach is I help people to put together a strategic plan. If you're looking to change careers, there's a series of questions that we go through, an assessment, sifting through practicality, the practical things from your passion, from your interest. What do people say that you're good at? What are you naturally drawn to? Taking all of those things into consideration, coupled with finding the opportunity. So really sifting through networking and fine tuning your networking skills again to find those hidden jobs, and rebranding yourself, and practicing and being sharp on various questions, interview questions specifically related to your particular industry, and even the negotiations process. So that's what I help people to do as a career coach. So we put together an actual strategic plan. So a lack of a plan can really, it can be a lack of a motivation to want to move from one place to the next because of all of the reasons that I've mentioned thus far as to why people don't go or leave a job to go to another job. It kind of all comes down to not having a plan, because I know for me, having a plan really is helpful in just nudging you just a little bit forward, giving you the confidence, beginning to see the seemingly impossible as possible. So I would definitely consider that. But again, to the larger conversation, why do some people stay at a job that they hate? Is they just hadn't really given much thought to having some sort of strategic plan, and building up their confidence to moving from one place to the next. And then finally, company loyalty. Some companies, some people feel a certain level of loyalty to the company. It could be to a manager at that company. I think there's a phrase that says they're hired. I'm probably going to mess it up, but people are hired because they like the company, and they leave because they don't like their boss, or something like that. I'm paraphrasing, but that's the general consensus. But to the larger point, people oftentimes don't leave their jobs that they don't like because they do feel like they have a sense of loyalty to the company, especially if they've been there for a really long time. And the longer you're at a company, you got the watch, you got the certificate, you have the credibility, and all of that stuff actually ties into your loyalty towards the company. And because, listen, we're all human, and if you're at a job, there might be things about your job that you don't like, that you hate. There might be people that you're not fond of at your job. But you might actually enjoy some or most of what you're doing, but just overall, you don't like being there. So company loyalty. So those are 10 reasons why people stay at jobs that they hate. and that they don't like. Um, and so, as I mentioned before, I help people to move beyond that, whether they're changing their careers, whether they're just changing their jobs, whether they just need help with interviewing. Some people hadn't. I've worked with tons of people who just simply have been out of the workplace for a while and just wanted to do some coaching surrounding the interviewing process. And so that's also something that I help people with. All right. So that's my quick lesson. As I promised, I didn't expect many people to jump on because this is really my first live, but I did want to say I put it into the as a post early this morning, but I have 5 tools that I've crafted, that I've sold as a part of the interview prep kit. The 20 questions, 20 most common interview questions and answers, the mock interview guide, the essential interview guide, 80 interview tips, and salary negotiations. Starting today until the end of Monday for the MLK holiday weekend, I'm giving it all away for free. And again, it's like a $50 value that I sell on my website. But anybody who wants it, I'm giving it away for free. As I mentioned in my post, don't know if you saw it, but I will reiterate it. I have this big audacious goal of helping at least 250 people this year to find the job, rebrand themselves, prepare for the interview, and actually land the job and negotiate their salary by the end of the year. And so hopefully by offering this free tool up, with all of those items to help you prepare in and around the interviewing process, that would be helpful. If after you read the guide, you find that you want more help, I am available. I do have a free one-on-one strategy session for anybody who wants it. It's no pressure. There's not a sales pressured call. But if you find that you have a unique situation, you just want to discuss it with someone to get their opinion. And that's the cool part about considering hiring a career coach, is because we all have family, we all have friends that we can talk to about our jobs. Sometimes they give us good advice, sometimes they don't. Having somebody that you can talk to just about your career aspirations, what's going on with your manager, how you're feeling about that in terms of the trajectory of your career. Do you want to stay? Do you want to do something different? How is my resume? How do I answer this interview question? A career coach can really help you with that. So there's a link. I'll put it here on this post or create another post, but at trainerterry.com. Or you can do it. You'll be able to find it here. I'll make sure that the link is on this site, so you can go and do a one-on-one strategy session with me. Or again, take advantage of these free tools, because after Monday, they're not going to be free. But feel free, once you click on the link, if you have family or friends that you know this person is interviewing, or you know this person is unhappy and they need to be interviewing, or they might need some help, feel free to send them the link to be able to download all of those free tools. And that's it. So I don't think anyone is here. I didn't expect anyone to be here since this was the first real call. But if you've made it this far, thank you so much for listening. There's a reason why you join Trainer Terry Group, whether you have aspirations to leave your job, to change your careers totally, or to just talk about it, to talk it through. That's why I'm here, and that's why I'm here to help. So again, in 2023, I'm committed to helping at least, hopefully I can help more, but at least 250 people to be able to find the job that they love, prepare for the entire interviewing process, including rebranding themselves, zhuzhing up their resume, optimizing their LinkedIn page, practicing, becoming solid with their interviewing skills, and also successfully negotiating their salary. I recently had someone to negotiate their salary $25,000 more and a brand new title. So anyways, thank you so much for your time, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.